Hi there, it's Nursing Geek. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my most recent build, the Pride Cottage, courtesy of KelpietheFox. The tutorial will, as usual, be linked in the description box below. Um, and yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do for Pride this month, and then Kelpie put up this video, and I was like, well, yes, that is clearly what I am doing. And where am I going to put it in this base? Well, it made sense to go adjacent to the Hall of Memories because of what I'm going to do inside. So let's cut to the time lapse so you can see the hilarity of me building this and not being able to count. Actually, it's less not being able to count and more failing to remember that when Kelpie does the base with the floorboards, that includes where the wall's going to go. There is floor under there. Um, so I had taken the floor to be the inside and then gone one additional around. So yeah, you'll see what kind of interesting hijinks that led to. So the inside is a little different. I mean, all of it's a little different. I went with the quartz brick blocks because definitely having the white block as a piece as contrast um, is good. Um, but I don't use Mizuno's texture pack. It doesn't make sense to use a texture pack that's that different from what everybody else on the same server is seeing. So I decided that this was going to be the closest approximation because my birch planks just would not give enough contrast. Sadly, quartz brick blocks don't have stairs, so we've just got smooth stairs there. I should probably put more flowers up there because why not? If we're gonna have... Oh, and I meant to get bookcases. They're supposed to be bookcases. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's more to add, but in the meantime, this space Kelpie used for storage, and I decided that I was going to use it instead for as many of the various banners that I can figure out how to make, and thankfully I found a tutorial that covers quite a lot of them. So that's going to go all over the exposed walls. And the lore, right, because there needs to be lore. I don't really have lore to explain that other than I liked it and I wanted to make it and turned it into my Hall of Memories, which, you know, displays all kinds of things. This then is similar, but within the lore of the base of River Sanctuary, which now has a name and has a lovely map, which I think I might have mentioned on my previous video. But if I didn't, there it is. This is the amazing map that Blue Owl made, and I'm still so happy with it. Also, this map courtesy of Blue Owl. So the name of the base is River Sanctuary, and the folks from the Nether who escaped here from the terrors of the Nether um, came and settled. And then the month of June rolled around, and people were talking about Pride and that it was Pride Month. And they asked, well, why is that a thing? I mean, do you have, isn't that something you people call a sin? And isn't that bad? Do you have one for wrath too? And says, no, 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 that's not what it is at all. And pride isn't always a bad thing. Um, the story they gave for the history of Pride Month in a nutshell was that in this world there was a time when it was fairly common, and it still can be found in some places and in some people, where people will be made to be ashamed and told to be ashamed of who they are and or who they love. And people decided they had had enough of that and developed Pride Month to celebrate. Now, that is an extremely sanitized, shortened version of everything, but that'll do for the lore of the base. And so the folks on the base said, well, then we're not just going to have it be a month. We're going to set this place up to remind people that it's that everybody's welcome here, that that's why it's a sanctuary, and that it is always okay to be proud of who you are. So, hence the desire to make all the banners. This should be interesting because I'm not that good with banners. But, tutorial, also to be linked below. Okay, I can has flags. So I will link the 3 tutorials from JaytheJenius um, on all of these flags. Um, he did a really great job because some of these are difficult because they have so many stripes, and I've seen people take a variety of different approaches to dealing with the fact that there are more stripes than the loom really lets you create. Um, a lot of people go vertical instead, um, which is one option. Jay's option was to use the border for the final outer um, stripes, even though that means it adds, the top and bottom. But I I like it. I also like the other way of doing it, but this way I got all of these in. I am not going to attempt to explain them all because there is actually a decent explanation of each of the meanings in the tutorials. And Yeah, I would just be quoting them. So, Jay, thank you very much for the tutorial on the flags. Um, I look forward to discovering even more flags. I know some people probably think, oh my gosh, why are there so many? Why do there need to be so many? And I didn't actually make another um, rainbow flag because I have Aspie's banner over in the Hall of Memories, which that should probably come over here. Um, and I have the map version done by Blue Owl here. Um, and I think that is good. And then, as far as all the others, I just think it's really cool that we're at a place in history where people are free to define themselves and find the right words to define themselves, and then find color combinations that say, yes, this also, in addition to the word, this set of colors represents me. Um, and I just think that's really neat. It's probably fairly obvious which of these color patterns is the one I identify with based on, this window and this. Although technically this should be magenta, but while I like that, I think that works best on the flag. Um, in general, I tend to prefer the the not pale pink, but the pink to the magenta, at least within Minecraft. But it does work better on the flag to use the magenta. Anyway, that is enough opining and babbling from me. Um, this is probably going to turn out to be really short since I didn't actually record the making of all of these banners, but I didn't think that watching me interact with the crafting table and the loom repeatedly was going to be all that interesting. Um, if anything, it would be a repeat of the tutorial, um, and I'm just going to link you to the tutorial if you want to learn how to make them. I feel like I learned a lot about banners in general in this process too, because of the order in which things need to be layered to do some of these patterns. So it's actually been very instructive overall. Yeah, so that's it for now. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy Pride. Bye.